What is going on? What's going on, everybody? It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step two, step two, step two. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your girl is back, Aces, and I am so happy to be back. Child, I had an ankle injury that was out of this world. I could barely walk, but God is a healer. Okay, won't He do it? Listen. So not only am I back, but also we are welcoming the return of the Grand Dame, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. Karen Huger is being released from prison on September 2nd, next week, 2025. Let's go ahead and get into this article. It says the Jasmine brand exclusively reports that Karen Huger will be a free woman soon. Sources tell us that the 62-year-old is set to be released next week on September 2nd. This marks an early release for Karen, who was sentenced back in February to 2 years, 1 year suspended, a $2,900 fine, and 5 years of probation. As reported in 2024, Karen was convicted of driving under the influence and other charges connected to a car crash near Oakland Drive in Potomac, Maryland. Thankfully, no other vehicles were involved in the incident, but Karen's white Maserati struck multiple street signs and trees before slamming into a pole. Later released body cam footage showed that Karen appeared intoxicated, slurring her speech and cursing at the officers. Okay, so it says um, Karen has dealt with three other alcohol related traffic cases. However, those cases did not result in jail time. Upon her release, Karen, otherwise known as the Grand Dame, will be prohibited from driving for 1 year. So, what are your thoughts on Karen coming home? Would you want her back on the Real Housewives of Potomac? Absolutely. Absolutely, we want Karen to come back. One, she has her storyline right there, okay? And two, just like with Teresa Giudice, and I know Jen Shaw is coming home, I think in less than a year from Salt Lake City, but housewives get in trouble all the time. The Countess Luann, okay, she was arrested as well, and she came back to New York for the time being. But listen, one, I'm so glad that no one was hurt in her DUI situation that happened last year. Two, this is her fourth, right? So the past three, she was given that leniency, and unfortunately, with this being her fourth occurrence, the judge really, his hands were tied, right? I mean, how many times are you going to, commit the same offense without being, having some kind of consequences? But I am glad that, she had good behavior, because I remember she had tried to get out on work release and they had previously denied that. So the fact that, she's actually coming home next week, I'm really, really, really hoping that, when she does return, that, well, one, she won't be able to drive for a year, but mostly, she has the changed behavior that will accompany, her coming back on the show, right? Like, I would love to see Karen, because she was one of my favorite housewives on Potomac. And so I would love to see her, giving back to the community or incorporating this lesson, um, and, giving inspiration to other people who might be, dealing with the same issues. Something to turn this pain or turn this situation into a transformative, positive situation, right? Because you don't want to dwell on the negative, right? We're all human, we all make mistakes, and she can use this as a stepping stone to, further her status as a housewife. She can use this to be a lot more relatable than, in previous seasons. So I'm just, like I said, I'm happy that no one was hurt. I'm grateful that, she's okay. I'm hoping that she has no other incidents in the future. She can easily get a driver. She can call Ray. She can get an Uber, um, or even she can walk. Right. I'm hoping that 6 months dried out and the slammer has curbed her appetite for alcohol just in and of itself completely, at least on the show, right? And hopefully the other ladies won't necessarily feel like they need to pressure Karen to drink or even drink around her if that's an issue. But like I said, I'm just glad that she's coming home. I know that she is wanting to be pampered, just kind of get back into her own clothes, her own bed. And I know that Ray and her children will be happy to see her as well. So hopefully, I know she missed this upcoming season. I think it's season 11 with filming Potomac, but I would love to see them give her the same type of, treatment that they gave Teresa Giudice. Like Teresa didn't miss a beat. And the gag is, I remember when her and Joe got sentenced, that, they were allowed to actually enter into prison. They stair stepped their sentences so that their four daughters wouldn't be without a parent in the home, during that time. I've never heard of that before. I don't know if that was a New Jersey thing, a Bravo, housewife celebrity thing, but I know Karen's children are older. Um, but yeah, I would just like to see her, just be open and transparent of anything that she like learned while she was behind bars. Any kind of programs. I remember when Teresa came out, she said that she was like big into yoga. I believe she wrote a book. I would love to see, Karen write a book about, her time behind bars. I don't know if she would be that open and transparent because I know her line focuses more so on like candles and home goods. I think she had a fragrance as well. But Karen's always been somebody who, and I think that's just her generation, right? She's Boomer, Gen X. They're very shy when it comes to their past indiscretions. They're not really willing to, at least most that I know, aren't willing to open up and be forthcoming. But if she was able to do that, I would definitely love to read a book from Karen, just sharing, her journey, her life experience, what she learned behind bars, if she was able to, you know, um, meet with any other women who might have been dealing with similar situations, you know, um, how she's going to change her behavior moving forward, how this is going to, affect her outlook on life. I just, I would love to read or even just hear her, right? Even if she doesn't read a book, because that's hypothetical. But her time on the show, I'm looking forward to her in future seasons because if they don't bring her back, which I really believe that they will, but if they don't bring her back, I feel like that would be a huge miss. Just hearing Karen tell her story will be wonderful. I remember even before she before she got in this trouble, and it's a clip that circulates a lot where she is talking about, one of the husbands on the show. And she's like, clankety clank, clankety clank. I think it was to Ashley with Michael Darby because of his whole situation with him not being able to keep his hands to himself. But just to, have Karen now in retrospect, just, have some kind of or new insight, right? Um, I would love to see her back on the show. I think that she, as always, will make a great addition, but even now more so after she has gained her freedom once again. So anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I'm so glad to be back. Please keep your girl lifted up in prayer for this ankle. But I hope that all of you guys are doing wonderful, and I will hopefully see you guys in the comment section. Have a wonderful evening. I will talk with you later, Aces. Take care. Bye.